Greetings, everyone. Another evening session from me, Angelo Robles. At least if you're watching this live, but maybe you'll watch it on a recording. It's a Monday night. I did a live session that some of you saw, my ebook, effectively 10 implementations that family offices and really anyone could do right now. You could go and watch that and email me and simply request the 133-page ebook. There was something that some of you caught on last night that I want to focus more on now. And I think it is incredibly important and effectively the future to some degree of AI and investing, and sooner rather than later. I'm looking at the convergence of AI and broadly crypto, and I'm being loose in the word crypto, blockchain, and really tokenization. We have an administration now with David Sachs pulling a lot of strings relative that's very, very good for both AI and crypto. This is an opportunity to take advantage of something that a couple of years ago I thought about, but I really didn't think would come to fruition. And it's really happening before our very eyes. Actually, this is one of the most important and impactful lives or recordings, whatever you want to call it, depending on how you're viewing or listening to it, that I've ever done, ever, and will be among the most impactful right now and in the near future. And no, you're not hearing it from anyone else within the family office world. So I'm going to share a lot of insight on this tonight. And I want to emphasize, even what I mentioned last night, very, very important, by the way. This is not just for the ultra wealthy and their single family offices, although for 2 decades, that's my life and my career. This absolutely applies to multifamily offices. Actually, the impact to them, because what AI could do from a marketing and branding, and surprisingly, on a regulatory perspective, it's all there. The chassis is built. It's an incredible opportunity for MFOs, for RIAs, for really anyone in finance, hedge funds, and beyond, venture capitalists, etc. And this is impactful to anyone who considers themselves an investor or works with the ultra high net worth. So tonight, I'm going to focus on AI and crypto, the convergence. This is the next economic revolution. And I think it's a very, very important time. So, on that note, let's begin. I mentioned last night that the double entry bookkeeping, that goes back hundreds of years, what the Medicis remade commerce. The internet, a couple of decades ago, remade distribution. I promise you that AI plus crypto will remake value itself. If you manage wealth, including your own wealth, and you miss it, I think your edge won't just erode, it will kind of evaporate. So for those newer, I'm Angelo Robles. I work with families who I hope refuse to be average. And again, their family offices, including multifamily offices. Today, I'm going to show you precisely how really AI agents and tokenized assets, we're just about there, are going to converge to create, for some, the most asymmetric wealth opportunity in our lifetimes. And I'm going to give you a path that you could, depending on your level of engagement and the actions you take, you could implement it now. I'm going to break this down into certain parts. Got some show notes. We'll call this one part one, kind of the big domino. If you accept one idea, everything else becomes effectively inevitable. Within 24 months, most order flow and portfolio actions will be initiated by AI, and more so really AI agents, and settled on programmable rails. Stay with me. When that's true, the only rational move is to build an AI crypto integrated family office, including if it's your own capital. I've written about $10 million single family offices. So a sovereign stack that thinks in real time and really executes in code. I've spent 2 decades inside of elite family offices around the world. After building, founding, and exiting FOA, which was Family Office Association, I really devoted 18 months to building my own AI native intelligent system and spending lots of time and money and making mistakes. I utilize agents that read, reason, act, and never leak the strategy. I spoke about that last night. I'm opening the playbook to families who really intend to lead. We'll call this part two, kind of what changed and what may not even be optional. And I know I'm talking at a pace in certain things that are going to be newer to a lot of you. Stay with me. Most people still treat AI really like a fancy search bar and crypto like a volatile, fun side bet. That's the wrong frame. The real shift is really an infrastructure. The web is evolving from human first UI to machine first rails. AI agents can now negotiate, route, and settle, and they'll never be worse than this very second across traditional markets and on chain protocols 24/7. Tokenization will turn static assets into, kind of programmable balance sheets with compliance encoded, liquidity fractionized, and workflows automated end to end. And this won't be incremental. It'll be a new operating system for capital. So, I kind of gave this example last night. Picture your office at 3:17 a.m., Tokyo time. An AI macro agent ingests the Bank of Japan minutes, real-time FX prints and shipping data, hedges currency drifts across your Asia book. Now, these are all things it could do now with a little bit of AI engineering. A tokenized real estate agent rebalances fractionalized Tokyo units using micro liquidity across venues. No human awake, no emails. A DeFi credit agent rolls stablecoin treasuries into an on-chain T-bill wrappers with programmable durations and risk caps. If I could learn this stuff, I'm really not that smart. I just work hard. You can too. Then writes an audit trail that your counsel can approve. And yes, here in the US, there's an amazing, brilliant entrepreneur that I met that I'm going to be engaging more with. What this guy's doing in tokenization and has been approved, oh my God. So no, this is not science fiction. It's the plumbing moving forward. Either you'll own it or you'll rent it from competitors that do. Maybe I'll call this part three, the pillars of the new office. I spoke about this. It's a big part of my ebook. Email me. I'll send it to you for free. 133 pages. It was number one on my list. Sovereign intelligence, AI that's yours. Local LLMs for private reasoning that don't touch the cloud and train the system. Vectorize institutional memory so your best thinking really compounds. And AI agents that orchestrate to decide and do, not just chat. Tokenized real world assets, real estate, private credit, funds, IP, expressed as programmable claims, 24/7 liquidity and fractional access where appropriate, composable rights and waterfalls that settle without a middle layer drag, and DeFi. And I know DeFi could get a little intriguing and sometimes complicated, but decentralized finance, a strategy layer with guardrails, on-chain treasuries, hedges, structured exposures under policy, programmable compliance, whitelist, geofencing, audit log trails. Don't think this won't check the box from a regulatory perspective. It does. SFOs don't really, for the most part, have to worry about that, but some of you others do. Execution windows, risk budgets, and kill switches all coded. Programmable compliance, policy is code, actions pre-approved by rules your counsel signs off on. Immutable evidence for audit, tax, and governance. It's all there. All of it. The right tools, the right consultative work, and AI integration engineers, you'll be shocked at what's there now. So you can keep a static portfolio and hope, or you can run a true sovereign, how about always on 24/7, 365 intelligence machine that compounds while others sleep. It's one day I'll do a more detailed case study. And by the way, you're going to hear me repeat this theme. It's late summer. I got to do it after Labor Day as well with some tweaks. So more and more of it's coming up. So there could be two families with similar AUM. Family A, traditional, quarterly investment committee cadence, static dashboards. Family B, integrating, maybe not for 100%, maybe 20%. AI crypto integration. A commodity dislocation hits over the weekend. Family A waits for Monday, spins up analysts, and schedules, well, meetings. That's kind of what they do. But Family B, the risk agent, reprices exposures. Liquidity agent rotates tokenized credit sleeves. Macro agent adjusts duration all before dawn with an immutable memo for Monday sign off. Result, Family B, in my example, could have preserved 90% downside and captured alpha kind of in the chop, while Family A wrote what a postmortem. That advantage wasn't luck. It was really architecture more than anything else. So there is something that I may define as a 30, 60, 90 in some of the consultative work that I do. And yeah, there are some times when just simply joining or a master class, you need more. You need to accelerate with hands-on and get up and running in sometimes 30 days, 2 months, or 1 quarter at the most. So you really have to set the stage in the first 30 days, understanding your systems, your tech, your goals, building pretty easy, sovereign AI, stand-up private models, load your playbooks, term sheets, investment committee archives into a secure vector DB. Not that hard. Custody and policy. Well, we could talk a little bit about MPC, multi-sig standards, segregation, signers, and policy as code. Again, not that hard. Data spine, as I call it, clean portfolio holding schematics broker and on-chain indexes or indexers may be more applicable, piped into a truth layer. We could then go into, in month 2, really rolling out the agents that have been customized and are not floating up there in a cloud, training systems or China spying on it. Monitoring agent cross-asset signals, 24/7 alerting, humans in the loop workflows, of course. Liquidity agent, balancing stable sleeves and tokenized credit under preset rules. Diligence agent, I'm looking at there. Auto parse data rooms, generate investment committee packets, and how about red flag list? And then as we get deeper, it goes more into the orchestration of the AI and the agents and utilizing what's happening now. And I mentioned that company that none of you know about in tokenization here in the US. I would implement the gladiator method that I mentioned last night, model versus model and AI, have them compete, have them fight against each other. Programmable compliance, encode policy, size, venues, KYC gates for those of you that's applicable, geography, tokenized pilot, a controlled real-world asset sleeve, maybe CRE or private credit with tight guardrails, full audit trail, and board reporting. In 3 months, you could go from static to kind of self-healing and human limited to human enhanced and machine scale. I mean, what's this, part 6? Objections dismantled. 1, is this safe? Well, yeah, probably safer than the emails you're doing. Your risk lives in code you can prove. Every action is permissioned, logged, and reversible within policy windows. Regulatory, designed for compliance up front, where applicable for you, KYC, AML, whitelist, geofencing, audit trails, role-based approvals. Compliance isn't a blocker, it's like a code. Do we need a 20-person quant team? Not at all. You need principal architecture and a handful of operators. The agents scale the thinking, your team sets doctrine and reviews exceptions. And by the way, this works for risk mitigation, for governance, and really anything evolved in the world of finance. Again, single family office, multifamily office. Multifamily offices may even have the edge relative to some marketing and initiatives that me and my team can implement. So how about pricing volatility? Volatility is a feature when you have machine reflexes and guardrails. The goal isn't risk less per se, it's governed agility with provable controls. Heading to the end, everyone, kind of part 7, the offer stack, kind of why join me now. I built this in the wild, kind of all alone, not on a whiteboard. If you want the shortest path to operational truth, join me. You could become a member of my SFO continuity. Go to angelorobles.com, and that will be a part of it. the work that I'm doing, often proprietary that I don't share or share late, in AI and crypto, playbooks, agent architectures, even prompts I use, risk policies, diligence templates, a quarterly war room that could intensify live breakdowns of what's working, what's not working, incredible private interviews that I do, access to all the programs that I host, including New York, September 15th, 16th, and 17th. You could jump right in. Deal and builder network access, a vetted AI integration engineers, and some of the most incredible builders in the world that I know. And really the Sovereign Stack Office implementation Q&A with me and my team. Now, yes, may some of you benefit from a really immersive masterclass, kind of the limited cohorts that I host, on average about 4 times a year over multiple days. And some of you have asked, could me and the team come to you and do that customized only for you and your family office? Yes. Again, reach out. All these things about building your sovereign stack, never touching the cloud, keeping it private, gladiator orchestration, understanding the LLMs, having them compete and fight against each other, programmable compliance workshops, 90-day roadmaps, etc. And there are some nuances and differences for MFOs, but a lot of it, 80 to 85%, is going to be very similar. So I cap these cohorts on purpose because could I argue that those that are paying in a part of it, advantage dies when everyone has it. So there are really quick wins you could deploy, like even this week. Yeah, for free. If you haven't yet, ask me for my white paper. Simple as that. A white paper, my ebook. It's 133 pages. That's a hell of a white paper. Like, that's going to give you a top 10, and some of it, you're smart people. You could kind of figure this out on your own. I am telling you, building sovereign that you control is very, very, very important. We could talk about writing policy as code, positioning limits, venue list, approved ladders, trading windows. Those are all things that get a little more into the weeds. Stand-up monitoring agent, connect to market data, what fintech solutions I use, how AI and AI agents could integrate into that, how you do that, why I like services like Copia, like Velvet. And I think even Bloomberg and others are doing some interesting things too, but you got to know how to use and maximize that and where AI agents could come into play. So there's lots here. In my masterclass, I get it. Some of my stuff is a bit of a premium. Not the ebook, just ask me for it. It's all yours. You should join my membership, and you should also participate, November 5th and 6th in New York in my masterclass. It will be worth it. I will change your life as an SFO, an MFO, an ultra high net worth, anyone in finance, and really anyone touching the ultra wealthy, legal and accounting. So give these to your team, be a part of it, implement, and then come back maybe when you're ready to scale. And that's a little bit about something else, which I'll get to in a second. So there is a cost to waiting. One part of it's mindset and culture. You're going to lose that edge that others are going to have. AI capability is doubling about every 6 months, do the compounding after 3 years. It's a lot. Each quarter you wait, the distance compounds. Early movers don't just earn more, they learn more. And that learning compounds faster than capital. In a machine-first world, I'm not sure I like that, but it's a reality. Experience is kind of an on-replicable moat. If you believe AI, LLMs, AI agents will drive order flow and tokenization will become the balance sheet substrate, then waiting is the riskiest position you can hold. And I guarantee you the 3 things that I just noted are assured. Like, some families will adapt their DNA to a machine speed world, and others won't or will rent intelligence from them. Both choices become self-fulfilling. If you're ready to own the future instead of renting it, go to angelorobles.com and join my membership. It's called SFO Continuity. And you're going to be immersed right in it immediately, especially with my multi-day in-person programs in September, and jump into my masterclass in November. So maybe some of you would like to email. It's Angelo@angelorobles.com. Maybe you could put in membership. Angelo, could we do a Zoom or a quick call, or about the masterclass in November? So I do assume that some of you just like to do things automatically, but others may want a little bit more of the one-on-one call or a Zoom, and that is fine. There's kind of a three-step implementation map that many of you could start near immediately. So I started with, again, the double entry bookkeeping crowned empires for like 500 years. I promise you, AI plus crypto, which is deeper than Bitcoin, tokenization, Ethereum, so much more we could go into, eventually more blockchain, social tokens, etc. AI plus crypto will crown the next ones in forget about 500 years. Choose which side of that line your family office, MFO, finance, whatever it is, wants to be in. Now, yes, for some of you, it will require even deeper than just joining and being a member or participating in a masterclass. By the way, I'm looking to do one around Art Basel. So that'll be in Miami. December, I'm looking at 3rd and 4th and 5th. But some of you will need more handholding with me and my incredible team, which is more consultative based. And again, it's a premium. I bring in incredible people. What I've learned from interviewing Tony Robbins multiple times and understanding some of the work of some of the greats that are out there, I could kind of give you the book with 99% of the information, and you'll probably figure it out, but it may take time. Or for a fee, of course, you can wickedly accelerate that knowledge, learn from people, including me, that are actively doing it, and others that are wickedly, they're so good, so good. And there are aspects of it that do get a little complex, especially maybe more so when it comes to regulatory and things for a multifamily office, but they're all solvable. Don't make excuses. Don't let these things stand in your way. They don't need to. Now is the time. I know it's been a pretty busy summer for many of you. Right now, this week, there's a whole bunch of family office conferences going on. Maybe there's some good content. Maybe it's just fun in summer destinations, and nothing wrong with that. I want to have a good time and meet cool people and interact. But where's the rigor? Where's the depth of people that are actually taking action and doing and pushing the boundaries and going deep into where obviously the future is in things like AI and crypto? I like my dividend paying stocks too. I love gold. I love palladium. I love silver. I'm not as big in real estate, but I'm open-minded to it. I just see the reality of where things are headed. And normally, although I'm bad at so much, I am pretty good at that. This is the time. And no, I just don't feel, where else are you learning this from, especially an action taker, a doer within the family office community? And really now, like as I've gotten more experienced with MFOs, and the fact that it hasn't been my core focus is good. When you sometimes get too close to the grindstone, you get a lot of legacy thinking, and you get people that just repeat what others say. There's zero creative thinking. And you all think that some single family offices are outdated. Some of them are miles ahead of broadly people in finance and MFOs, and others not. Just because you're more institutional, just because you're more traditional and have legacy systems down pat, does not mean you're going to sustain in the new world moving forward. I could tell you that you're not. I could change that. I could change it through membership, my masterclasses, and hands-on with consulting. And all of that, for the most part, is outlined at angelorobles.com. And I don't mean any disrespect to others that are out there and conferences that are taking place. I wouldn't mind being in cool locations, enjoying some, I hope, good company. But am I really getting the intellectual rigor and capital that I need? Or am I just hearing sponsored speaker after sponsored speaker fighting with other sponsored speakers in a panel that is not well managed to begin with? I mean, really? Like, we know the answer to that. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of something special. I'm not looking to grow and scale. I do not want hundreds of relationships. I never probably want to see more than 60 or 70 at one of my programs. It becomes too big. And consultative work, I'd like to work with one or two family offices to wrap up the year and one or two multifamily offices. I promise I can absolutely help you. There's no doubt about it. You just have to reach out. I'm Angelo Robles. You can reach out to me at my website, angelorobles.com, or how about you just email me, angelo@angelorobles.com. Put in the subject line what may be of interest to you. Maybe it's requesting the free ebook, and that's fine. I'll give it to you as soon as I see your email. Like, boom, like right there. You send it to me tonight. Well, I may have to watch like the final episode of the Squid Games. So you got to give me a little bit of fun. Of course, always with a suit and tie on. I hope you're all going to have an incredible remainder of the summer. I hope to do another live program or two. We'll see. And again, I got to get ready for September 15th through 17th, my New York City Forum, my masterclass coming up in November, me being at Art Basel and some masterclasses. I may even do one exclusively for MFOs that I want to onboard this year and into the first quarter next year. And I could change everything for you. Everything. Not just the topics I'm talking about now, but going really deep, changing some of the architecture. Really, the three things that determine a family office are going to be its people, the systems, and the technology. And the technology, including, of course, AI, really impacts everything, including the people and the systems. And it's moving up those ranks very, very fast. Don't be afraid. Don't let ego, ignorance, or fear get in the way. I want to help you. I want to keep you employable and on the edge and great for 10 years or more to come. I want you to accrue a lot of money so you have a level of personal freedoms that I think things may get interesting in the next 10 years. All things we'll talk about September 15th, 16th, and 17th. So jump on in. I see there's a couple of comments. Yes, EHJ, you were probably on the cutting edge years ago. And probably, yeah, you got blank stares. And you're basically 98% of the time now, including me, getting blank stares. Someone said no CC. I don't know if you mean credit card. Oh, trust me, brother. I definitely take credit cards. It's all up on my platforms at angelorobles.com for membership, for consulting, whatever is applicable to you. Now, really hardcore custom consulting, you got to reach out to me with an email, and we really have to dive in. I want to make sure that I would be a good fit with me, my team, and that I could have a massive impact. Really, for an SFO or MFO, it should be an immediate impact on your systems and workflow within weeks that makes a massive impact, maybe 2 or 10x. And some of the other things I'm talking about may take a little more time, but there's no reason why. Again, I'm an older man who was not overly tech savvy 2 or 3 years ago. And I learned this. I've been in this community for a long time. Maybe I let ego and ignorance get in my way, but not anymore. I adapt, I iterate. We learn from mistakes. To ignore the obvious that is just hitting you in the face right now with the convergence of AI and crypto and how everything is changing. Again, it doesn't need to be for 70, 80% like me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you start off with 10% or 20%. And again, I like gold and some traditional assets as well. And obviously that's had a great run this year and last year and parts of the year before. And I absolutely think the build out of data centers, of energy opportunities, of traditional certain companies in the S&P 500 that are more energy centric, companies that are building the data centers, electrical components, commodities, all these kind of real world, kind of physical, now might be their time. These are the things I'm talking about and the things that could be tokenized, that are happening. And I'm so glad I discovered that company that I mentioned with this incredible entrepreneur who's like a brilliant 160 IQ guy and just wickedly good on AI. How he got this all through, well, with the current administration, easier. Everything is going to change. Your single family home, multifamily home, your assets, your resources, a lot of it just dormant. What you're going to be able to do with that. This is a really exciting, maybe slightly scary time. All things I want to teach you. And September 15th, 16th, and 17th, if you just join, you could jump on in and be a part of it. And you're going to meet incredible people like Jordy Fisher and others that could change your life. Jump in and be a part of it. Go to AngeloRobles.com. Many of you could email me at Angelo@AngeloRobles.com, and let's just crush it between now and the end of the year. And MFOs, I love you too. I'm coming for you that I know that I could be of value. If you're an RIA or in finance and want to scale and become more of a multifamily office, I can help you with non-traditional thinking and really augment and massively expand your practice. There's a couple of more. Okay. EHJ, you're a confident dude, but hell, if you got into Bitcoin, Ethereum, AI things, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago, yeah, it probably has done you pretty well. And yeah, we could go into that subject too. Sovereign risk, country risk, how do you diversify? I think many of you know that I love those subjects, do believe in multiple passports, multiple resources around the world, direct ownership of things like gold and Bitcoin away from traditional systems. But that's a subject for a different time, and probably subjects around the art season. And I do like art as well, that I do look to cover, hopefully at Art Basel, Miami. And there's no question that AI and tokenization is taking major aim at that. And I'm going to have the coolest speaker on that as well. His first name is James. And if you were a member, I could introduce you to him now. He's a generational family principal and entrepreneur. And this guy's knowledge of crypto, tokenization, AI, and of course, art really is his love. He's incredible. Who knows? Maybe my NFTs will make a comeback one day after all. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. Again, Angelo@AngeloRobles.com. Email me. I look forward to it. Look forward to seeing, I hope, as members and relationships, many of you through the end of this year. Thank you. Enjoy the evening. Have a great summer. Now I'm going to go finish up those Squid Games. Thank you so much.